move the car. What's happening, people? Welcome to another video with Allsortz, and we're back again with the Celica GT4. Now, in the previous video, you would have known that we actually fixed the headlights on this car, so now they go up and down when you flick the switch. But in today's video, we are going to see if this car will move. The first things first is we're going to try and replace the clutch slave cylinder to see if that releases the clutch pedal, because the clutch pedal is hard, and to see if it goes into gear, and hopefully if it does, then we can actually start moving this car. That is the name of the game in today's video. So like I say, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you hit the subscribe button, and also follow me on one of the social medias above, as I always put over sneak peeks on what to expect and also. So let's pop the bonnet and let's show you what we are going to replace in this video today. Okay, work has started on the Celica GT4, and we need to get to the clutch slave cylinder. Now we need to remove a few pipes, so we're taking off the radiator pipe and also the turbo pipe just to get that little bit more access to the clutch slave cylinder, which sits just on top of the gearbox, so we didn't need to get to it underneath the car. It was easy enough getting to it from the top. And here it is. This is the rusted clutch slave cylinder, and I'm hoping that it's this part we need to change instead of the full clutch kit. So taking it off was pretty easy. There was two bolts holding it on together and a clutch bleed pipe. Not only the bleed pipe, it was the oil pipe that actually screws on top of it. Now that is the pipe that was causing problems with me later in the video, as you're going to find out. I thought it would be an easy enough job doing it on my driveway, but I thought wrong. So after taking off the bleed pipe, which you can see at the top here, it was just them two bolts that was holding the clutch slave cylinder onto the car itself, and easy enough, I've actually got it off. And I thought it'd be easy enough to actually put it back on, but I was definitely mistaken. Look at how old and rusted that clutch slave cylinder is. Here is compared to the new one. That's the old one and the nice and new one. So I thought it would be really easy to put this back on, but I definitely was mistaken, because what happened was I know there's a little space to work in, but I actually cross-threaded the bleed pipe that goes onto the clutch slave cylinder, and guess what I had to do? Well, I couldn't do anything because I cross-threaded the clutch slave cylinder. So back to the garage this car goes. Now while it was at the garage, I had to get another clutch slave cylinder so it can put in, so I put a new one in. And not only that, I got ahead of myself and changed the oil filter and spark plugs, even though I didn't know if the car would actually drive, and he couldn't check it because there was no water in the car. She's back on the driveway. Let's just show you. There we go, the clutch, another clutch slave cylinder is on. One thing I wanted to show you is the clutch pedal actually goes down now and comes back up. So there is pressure, and it does go into gear when you push it in. So what I do is put everything back together. But I don't know if you actually seen the existing pipes that we took off. They're proper crusty, and it'd be a shame to put these back on, but we've got a solution. We've got some replacement pipes. So that is for the turbo, and here we've got loads of pipes for the radiators, and also some clamps as well. So that's what we're going to put back on. So basically that's the replacement, and that's what it goes on to. So we're going to have to take that off the MAF. I'll put that on just to show you what it's like. So yeah, take that off, I'll put this one on. This is where it got serious. Now I was actually very nervous when putting all this car back together, because I was in two minds to see if the car was actually working. But it was a good shout to change all the pipes, because the pipes were really old. Now in this part I was only changing the pipes that I needed to change just to see if the car will actually drive, which is the turbo pipe which we have here, also the top radiator pipe, and there was a pipe beneath that which need to be changed as well. Now they were the main pipes that needed changing to see if this car will drive. So after they were changed, it was time to put everything back together. So everything was done in reverse. Now I did take the MAF off, which I'm putting back right here, and also there was a top mount intercooler, and also there was a air filter box in the boot which needed to be connected to this MAF. But I've also got a new replacement airbox which I wanted to keep OEM, so we'll show you that later in the video. So after putting the MAF in and the turbo pipe, everything was still loose, but it was time to put on the top mount intercooler and also the dump valve, and then we'll open up the replacement airbox. I ordered a replacement air filter, but little did I know only half of it came through. So instead of me taking off the replacement air filter, I had to put it back on just to make sure it drives. Once it does, then I'll change it. Drained the radiator, put some radiator flush in, topped it up with water, and now everything's in. Obviously we couldn't put the airbox on because I needed more parts for it, so we put the old air filter in just to see if it starts up and if it moves. But everything is in. We're going to warm it up as well so we can clean out the radiator. But while it's doing that, the main thing is, will it move? Battery is dead, so now we're going to see if it works. Hopefully, inshallah, it'll start. Bismillah. Lights are on, and it started with no dash lights. That's the first. We've got one light that's come on, that one. It's not water because I filled it. Hopefully, now we need to check if it drives. Clutch is down. Wow, it's driving, it's driving, yes. I'm going to put some air in the tires and hopefully we can move the car around the driveway. You don't know how excited I am because it took me ages to get this car finally driving. So hopefully, inshallah, once the tires are up, I'll be moving it to its right position on the driveway. Ladies and gentlemen, that was one of the major problems I had with this car. So apparently it was the clutch slave cylinder. Now I think it needs bleeding a little bit more, but we can sort that out. It's minor as long as the car is moving. Now as you can hear, there might be a bit of a blow in the manifold or the exhaust, but we can sort that out from the guy who did the Nissan Pulsar GT-IR exhaust. I think it's from the middle. Exhaust is definitely blowing from down there. But yeah, it's not smoking, running all right. I'm just going to let it run to temperature because of the radiator flush that we put in. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this video. It is getting dark really early now, so I'm going to end it right here. Make sure you tune in for the next video where we'll sort the brakes out, sort that blowing out on the exhaust, and sort a few of the bits out on the car. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and follow. Make sure you subscribe for the next video. Let me know what your thoughts are. Finally got it fixed, yes.